Okay, resistance to change is something that many leaders are struggling with. The leader has a vision of where things need to go, but often asks, how do I deal with people's resistance? And I think a mistake we often make is to underestimate the legitimacy of the resistance in the first place. You know, every human system is always in a tension between stability and change. Any living system, actually. If it is too stable and there's no air going in or out, it dies. And if the boundaries are too loose, it also dies. So we are always in this tension between homeostasis or stability and change, transformation, and growth. And it's very normal to have resistances to change. If people are resistant to change in the first place, it means that they care. If they feel nothing about the change and they only feel apathy, it's a much worse position to be in than to be met with strong resistance. It means there's a strong care for what is happening and for how things are done and for how things have been done. Even though it has to do with people not wanting to move forward, I think the first step is just to have empathy for the fact that change is difficult and there will be resistance. Something else to keep in mind is that resistance also contains information. The question is, what is the resistance about? What are people fearing in terms of loss? What are the anxieties about? What are the levels of trust in the organization? These things are all usually not spoken out loud, but they are felt in terms of resistance. And you know, resistance in terms of change processes often are not spoken. People are just a little bit sluggish in adopting the change, or whenever anxiety goes up or stress goes up, they revert to the old process, or they will not go to the new person in authority. They'll still revert to the previous person who was in that role. All kinds of behaviors that show that there is some uneasiness and resistance. And the mistake we often make is to try and push harder. So when there's change and there's resistance against the change, what we want to do is we want to push over the resistance to get something over the line, so to speak. But you know, just as Newton said, for every force there's an equal and opposite force. So the harder you push, the harder the resistance will be. It is physics, and it also plays out in human relationships. So in order to be effective in a system with these opposing forces, it won't help you at all to try and push harder. The only thing that helps is to try and weaken the resisting force. And the only way you can weaken the resisting force is to create spaces where people can share with you what lies below the resistance. So what's the information that they actually want to convey that they're not even aware of? And if you can have those conversations with empathy and respect for the fact that change is difficult, and what are the elements of change that in this specific case are most difficult? What are the losses that they are experiencing or that they are fearing? Some of those may not even be aligned with reality. Some of these things may have to do with fantasy, depending on how well your communication was around the change, depending on how many people you involved in the conversations before the changes take place. All those things will have an impact on how much of the feelings regarding the change are conscious or unconscious. And the more of those feelings haven't been heard before or haven't been given a chance to be spoken about, it means they will be unconscious and they will respond to the change through their behavior, which is then experienced as resistance.